Give me just a second, guys. All right. Hey, y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler. I want to welcome you all back to the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2021. Thank you guys very much for being with me for the last 97 days. I'm amazed that we made it this far. 97 straight days almost of tangling has been great. So, for today, we are going to do this. This is by viewer request way back at the beginning. Whoops. This is SINDOO. And this is a gorgeous square grid pattern. And I can't remember who told me it was their favorite tangle. But we are going to do this today for our last grid pattern. Excuse me. Okay. River is in the house. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. That might be better. All right, now, if River is finished, thank you. Thank you, honey. River. All right. Okay, sorry guys. I am a little, I don't know. My brain's just not in charge today, so forgive me. This is a beautiful pattern, and I think we did it 2 years ago in the 100 Days Project. I can't remember when, but this is gorgeous. You can draw this in a grid, and this makes a really beautiful it makes a beautiful ribbon pattern, and I'm sort of considering doing a ribbon pattern with this today. You can also take this out of the square grid framework and do this very organically if that's what you would like. So if River doesn't mind if I get started today. Bonsoir or bonne nuit, Gaël in France. All right. Really? Miss. Okay. She was asleep until 5 seconds ago. All right. I hope everybody's dogs are barking and all the cats are meowing. Hopefully they will go outside and bark. No, Simba. Simba. No. Simba. Simba, Mommy's trying to get her thing going. Please stop. Oh, thank you. He's the only one that listens to me. Everybody says hi, pups. The rest of them are wanting me to shut up. All right. Before we get started with everything, Susan in chat has asked a question if I can explain the pros and cons of luminance color pencils and if they are better than Prismas. That is such a very good question, Susan. And the honest answer is that I have not yet decided what I'm going to. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to end up on that. What I have found for pros is they are light and not heavy to hold. Now, pencils aren't generally heavy, but these are extraordinarily light, like a feather. What am I trying to say? The way they smooth on and blend is comparable, I would say, to both Prismacolors and to Polychromos. The blendability is lovely, and they go on very smoothly. They really they're fairly similar. Now they go on very soft, not quite as soft, I don't think, as Prismacolors, but very soft. And so they're really good pencils. Now, the pigments are lovely and all of that. What I find to be a con, no, I'm speaking about, I was asked in chat earlier what I felt the pros and cons were of the luminance pencils I've been using, and whether or not they are comparable to Prismacolors or better or what. my biggest con for the luminance pencils is that the palette is extremely limited. 76 colors is a lot of colors, but they have a whole lot of neutrals in there, which is great for people that do like portraits and things like that. But I'm not a portrait person, and I like lots of pretty bright colors, and they do have pretty colors, don't get me wrong. But I feel like for the money, I would rather have a full set of Prismas or a full set of Polychromos as opposed to a full set of these um, of these luminance pencils. That's my initial feeling. I haven't gotten to use them a lot, so I'm going to really I'm really going to be working with those a lot more, but that's sort of where I'm at. If you're going to spend a couple of $100, for the money right now, you can get a full set of Prismacolors for close to $100. That is a great deal for colored pencils. If you are a Polychromos fan, then for $200 you can get a full set of Polychromos, and that's 130 colors. So that's 75 more colors. That's a lot of colors. So okay, back to what we're talking about today, which is SINDOO. All right, so let me grab my tile. What is going on with me today that I can't think? Now, guys, I am going to change it up just a little bit and use a Renaissance tile. I hope you won't hate me. Hopefully, if you don't have those, you've got a box top you can use or a box back that you can use. It's been an interesting day for Cindy. And not good interesting either. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do this in a ribbon form, and we're going to get a couple of rows in on the ribbon, so you're going to see how that works if you wanted to do an entire tile of SINDOO, which is really a beautiful thing. And this pattern is by Sharon Johnson. She is a tangler in the UK from Southampton. All right, so I'm going to draw my ribbon lines with my pencil just because I want to get it right. And I'm going to need a nice wide ribbon here. So I think I'm going to do this way. Hopefully you can see this okay. Hello, New Zealand. Hi, Allison. Hi, Melody. So I'm going to be using my PN today. This pattern has a lot of ink in it, so you're going to want to use a nice juicy pen. Whatever size you decide to use is going to be fine. Let's get started. So one of the things that happened to me this morning, hi Ren and Dana and Marilyn and Susan and PJ and all the rest of you peeps. All right. So I'm going to start this by drawing in my square grid, okay? And so this is going to be an elongated square grid. So I'm just going to ink in my lines here. And I can always add an outer aura on this if I want to in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this in. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can get the whole tile in there. Let's see how that looks. Good. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about an extra aura right now. I'm just going to draw this in the way it is. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a center line, hopefully center. Like this. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Hatana. Is that your name? I can't figure it out. All right. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to square these off as much as possible, and it might be a little wonky. It's going to be fine. But of course, the way I do that is start in the center. And then I'm going to move from there. Like that. Well, it's squarish today, guys. And we have gone from square to wonky over here, and that's going to be just fine. Okay. Well, Lynn, be very careful. Just hang out with us in the live stream and let that rain stop. She says she's sitting in the parking lot at Walmart and it's raining cats and dogs. It's one of my favorite English sayings or Americanisms. I assume, I don't know if Angela's in chat or some of you UKers. Do you guys say it's raining cats and dogs over there? Okay. So what we want to do is we want these little rice shapes that we're going to draw in first. We want them to be pointing in at each other, okay? So the one you start with, it doesn't matter which way you go, but just pick a square. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a really fat rice shape in here. Okay, so the way I'm going to handle that is I'm going to redraw my outside line just a little bit. Come in and redraw my bottom part like this. Okay, then I'm going to turn my tile. And again, redraw the side. And what I end up with is a nice fat rice shape, okay? Hi, Cindy in East Texas, also raining kitties and puppies. Now, I have a suggestion for this, if it will help you. Maybe not. What I like to do in situations like this where I have a shape that I really have to focus on is I like to draw the same direction over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to point these in towards this center point, and these are going to go then this direction. But first, I'm going to draw all of my shapes that are going to go this way, okay? So down here in the alternate square, follow my line, make it nice and fat, and land over here on the line. Maybe not that fat. And so then I'm going to leave this. And then I'm going to come over here in my next one and redraw that. Maybe not so fat, right? And this one is going to be wonky. Like that. And that's going to be fine. All right. So I will also have, let's see, this one. Yes. If this confuses you, however, don't do it. All right. And then we'll have the nose of this one. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this over. I'm sure I forgot something. And I'm going to do the other side of each one of these. So starting here, and if you'll notice when you turn your tile, then this becomes the exact same stroke that you just made, right? So you take off from the line and land on the line. Take off from the line, land on the line. And that will help you to get a better rounded shape. Like so. Yeah. Hopefully it's looking more normal, and this one will be like this. All right. Now we're going to turn 90 degrees and we're going to go back this direction doing the exact same thing. Okay. So taking off from the line, landing on the line. So that we have a set of 4 all pointed in towards the center. And they're not all going to be perfect. They're not all going to be exactly the same. You need to take a deep breath and accept that. It is still going to be beautiful when you're done. Okay, and I'm going to turn my tile and do back the other direction. Taking off from the line and landing on the line. Now, this is my way of doing this. If you would rather do it each square at a time, that is absolutely fine. Whatever is the easiest way for you. All right. So, this is what we have already. Hi, Carlito. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to divide each one of these rice shapes with an S-curve, okay? And the trick to this is getting your S-curve in the right spot. So it doesn't matter how you start. So I'm going to take off from that line, make my S-curve like this, okay? Now, I'm going to want this one to be the mirror of this one, okay? So I'm going to shift my tile just a little bit, and I'm going to want to come in here, so opposite, like this, okay? Again, opposite of this. So the thin part is going to be, or mirrored of this. So this is going to go, so this is going to be a regular S-curve. Yes. Thank you, River. We love you. Less and less today. Just kidding. All right. And again, we're going to mirror this. So this is going to go this way. So you're going to have to focus on each stroke, right? And if you'll notice, this ended up mirrored as well. Yes? So let's do that again over here, right? And this doesn't have to, well, I suppose if we're going to be really good girls, and we are, and boys, we can mirror this over here and mirror this over here. Yeah, perfect. Let's do that. Let's do that. So here we're going to go this way, right? Once again mirrored, which is going to work on this one. That one was a little awkward, but he'll get through the teenage years, won't he? There's no riffraff here today, Carlito, just you and me. We'll have to riff the raff for the rest of them. All right, so again, mirroring from one side to the other. So we are going to be this way. Yes. Mirroring. So this way. Okay. Once again, mirroring to here. And here to here. Okay, and mirroring here. And mirroring here, which will go close enough. Okay. You've got a good tongue twister for Mari. Awesome. Let's work on it. This is hard. The S shapes going back and forth is hard. You really do have to focus on them. And the easiest way for me is to think mirror. Okay, this is wide here. So to make this wide here, we have to go this way. And I physically draw it in my head before I put the pen on. So it's tough. Okay? Now, one of the last steps, don't let me make it the last one because we're not done yet. We're going to aura the inside of each one of these little diamond shapes or triangular shapes like this. So what I do is I aura the shape that is there, and even though this one doesn't exactly match it, I keep this like this. Okay, does that make sense? And so here again, I'm going to aura this. And I'm going to stretch this one out just a little bit so that matches, since that's going to be wonky over there. All right, let me turn this and do going back the other direction. So we can't see all of this one, but it's going to stop about there. Okay. Like this. And then inside these, so all the way around. So you're going to have to really be careful. Go from section to section. And whatever is on the outside, you want your insides to match. Okay. Like this. Nice. They are just like butterflies for sure. And if you take this out of the grid, you can draw them like butterflies and make gorgeous wings on them. Don't think for a second that I haven't done that, because I have. Okay. So just kind of work with the space you've got. You know, make an aura on one, and then just sort of go with the flow. There. Now for the inking. Nope, got one more. One more thing. Yes, sorry. Get rid of the grid. Yes. I love getting rid of the grid. You know this, but I did promise a grid pattern, another grid pattern, so here we are. All right, now. Okay, I have to share this. Carlito, answering Barbara's thought about the mirroring. She says, yes, Barbara, while mirroring, just say, I am beautiful and I am a great Zentangle artist. Mirror work. This is why I enjoy Carlito, and I don't pay attention to chat when she's in there because she makes me giggle too much. Okay, so back here, the last step before the inking. Don't get excited. I want you to go to, wait. Where was I over here? So this will be fat, like this. And this will be skinny, like this. All right. So let's hope that will work. Okay, the last step. Find the thick point or the wide point on each one of these, and you're going to put a little shape in there. And I want you to really pay attention how you draw the first one. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Nancy. When you draw the first one, really pay attention to how you do that, because I'm going to want you to draw each one exactly the same. All right, so I'm going to take off from the line, come to a point, and come back down. All right, repeat. Okay, now I'm going to do my middle ones first. Take off from the line, come to a point, come back down, repeat. You want them to be about the same size. Now I'm going to start with my butterfly shapes, if you will. Make them all approximately the same size, no matter what goofy stuff is going on in your square. All right, those weren't the best, but since we normally ink these, then I can fix that up when I'm inking. Okay, so over here on the last one, or the last 4 set, or set of 4s. Right. Everywhere where that bottom is fat. This is the fat bottom stroke. That should be a thing, shouldn't it? Okay, now that I have my center parts done, I'm going to go out here to my fat spots on the outer sides, okay? And I'm going to do this exact same stroke in here. Take off from the line, come to a point, and back down. Okay. Every spot that is fat, you want to put one of these in there. Oh no. Why? Why do they have to call me during this? Maybe I need to change my ringtone. Something soothing. Meditational flutes. I still need to get in touch with Rick and see if they would allow me to use his flute music on this channel, because that would be cool. Might be a profit sharing kind of thing, which would be fine with me. Okay, so this will be my fat bottom over here. So I'm going to have this going up here, and this up here, and okay, so this will be, and this will be, all right. Okay, this is SINDOO before we ink. All right, it is gorgeous. He needs lots of ice cream shakes, Nancy. She says her husband has lost a lot of weight since he's been sick. He should eat whatever he wants to. I agree. Now for the inking. Okay, so we're on a Renaissance tile, which means we have both the opportunity for lights and whites and darks and blacks, right? So one thing I do think I want to do is go ahead and ink all of these little diamond, yes, Roseanne, diamond triangle shapes. I hope my Roseanne is doing well. I hope my Judy Morgan is doing well. She doesn't always say anything, but she's there. She's probably working hard. And this is why I said you're going to want a nice juicy pen. And if you want to switch to a 0.5 or a 0.8, that's absolutely fine. Just be careful that you don't let those larger nibs make you careless. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. This is supposed to be an aura up the side. So let's do this. And this is one reason why inking is great on this, because you can sort of mold and fix any of your issues that you have, which is good. Now I need an additional R here. All right, we're going to do that. Hope for the best. Okay, so this would be our triangle. Lure diamond. All right. We're going to pretend like that's okay over there and not worry about it because I can. That's why. All right. So same thing here. If you've got spots that you need to clean up with your ink, then this is a good opportunity for that. While you always have an opportunity when you ink to make a big mess, you also have the opportunities to clean up messes, depending on your situation. Hey, Carla Jo and Lisa sneaking in. Yes, it's Sharon Robinson is the name of the person that did this. She is a tangler in Southampton in the UK. Well, again, messes and cleaning messes. I did not want to clean that much, though. Okay. So, let's see. There. I can live with that. Remember when you're inking big pools to slow down, okay? I've got a nice juicy PN, but I may switch to my 05. I think they're about the same, though, as far as their width. So remember to slow down, let that paper pull the ink out. Get a much better cover that way. All right, next. And of course, if you wanted to do the entire tile, you would just make your square grid and go to town. Remembering to switch your direction each time you put your rice shape in. I do like a new pen. Now, make sure you're not rubbing your hand over these ink pools because they will screw you up. They will smear all over. We're using a lot of ink if you are drawing anywhere near the size that I am. So laying your hand on there is a bad plan. And that's one thing that turning your tile can really help you with. Nancy, thank you. Nancy just left a super chat or a super sticker. I'm not sure which one, but whatever it is, thank you. Very kind of you. She is always super, super kind to me. Plus, she runs the Facebook group, which you just can't put money on. I mean, that's big. So I'm afraid to go in there for very long because I get sucked down the drain and I never come out. That's the truth. Is I could just live on Facebook if I let myself, and I don't want to be that person that can't get off social media ever. I should probably spend a little bit more time on there though. I miss things going on with my family because, of course, they communicate on Facebook. I do not. I do not. So, who tried out the vodka plan yesterday? Any of you guys try vodka to dip your tortillon in and smear your pencil or blend your pencil? Wow, thank you, Lisa. Another one, another super chat. Thank you, honey. So, Nancy, stop. So, you guys, she sent me another one. You guys, you're distracting me. You guys, did anyone try the tortillon and vodka and blending your colored pencil with that yesterday? That's what I want to know. Did you notice that? I am being very careful. I'm trying really hard to keep my hand off of this. It is not easy. Usually with original tiles, I think my hands are large enough to where they can rest on the surface without being on the tile. But sometimes when you get to turning it and you're working in the middle, then you definitely can. So in that case, it might be better to start in the middle and work your way out. Well, this PN is still rocking along. Yeah, if you're using a Renaissance tile, make sure you are gentle. These are tender little beings. All right, I think I've just got one more. All right. We are also going to have the opportunity in this to do some really cool, subtle shading. Not hard shading. And not the kind that will get you in trouble. A really nice, just dark to light, smooth blend. I think you guys will enjoy it. So get your favorite shading pencil and your tortillon. All right, now, let that dry. Moving forward, let's be really careful. Now, okay, if there's not alcohol in your cherry Dr. Pepper, that's not going to work to blend your pencils with. You crazy folks in chat. All right, so the last thing in the step out is to ink these little guys on the inside. Roseanne, she's here. I was just talking about you. Are your ears burning? We were just doing triangular diamonds here a minute ago. Oh, yes, we were. So, how do I want to do this? I think I'll work from the middle out. That might be safer. So let's do... Thank you for the super chat, lady. That is so nice of you. You know, have to be the most blessed creator on YouTube to have a group of people like you in my corner fighting for me and supporting me. And I just cannot express to you guys how meaningful it is to have a group of people that care. And that is beautiful. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of my Zenders. You keep me running, you keep me sane, you keep me honest. I love you. You're the best. And I'm working on the shirts. It's been hard. All right. Cocktail colors. What are cocktail colors? Oh, she says it's her new range of colored pencils. Yes. As long as they've got vodka in there, you're good to go. So much from working from the middle out. That's fine. We're going to make it happen. Got plenty of ink today. When we get done, this is going to be fabulous. Fabulous, I say. So take your time. What are we singing today, kids? Because what's running in my head is highly inappropriate, so I think we need to go back to Simon and Garfunkel and the Pointer Sisters with a positive message. We are family. I got all my sisters and me. That's our new theme song. That's Sister Sledge, isn't it? Get up, everybody, and say. Eva Marie is asking if you could fill in with a dark pencil instead. You absolutely can. The inking does not have to happen. You can absolutely do it. The graphite tinted pencils, how are those, Nancy? But yeah, if you want to fill these in with graphite instead, that's going to be a different look, and it's going to work too. In fact, I think there is one example with graphite on the Step Out Art on tanglepatterns.com, so you might want to take a look at what they've done on there. I'm going to try to stick with the basic pattern for the most part, but I did sort of start embellishing at the end on my sample. So there is room for embellishing. There's also room for jelly rolls. Isn't that lovely? Now, the jelly roll thing, you're going to, over black, you're going to want to make sure your ink is dry first. My sample art got a silver dot in the center because the jelly roll was not having the ink pool. So that's sort of something to consider. I am guessing that if you ran a hairdryer over this for a couple of seconds, you'd be good to go. Or, you know, you can give it, 3 or 4 minutes to dry and then go back over it. I'm very impatient, so you know which way I will go. But isn't this gorgeous? And you add the shading and it's even more gorgeous. Yes, all the little leaf shapes are inked in, Debbie. Dana says she is singing Holy Moses. Please go to my Facebook and hear it. Hear my baby girl sing a duet and a solo. Well, we'll have to go and check you out, Dana. Or was that Debbie? See, I can't see anymore. Oh, it's Dana Janice. So go check out her baby singing Holy Moses. Once you get the outer lines drawn, you can do whatever you want to it. you know? So, you know, have fun. Do your thing. Nancy says the graphite tinted dry can give you a very slight subtle tint, but the blended with the fingernail polish remover or alcohol gives you unexpected light colors. Huh, Nancy, I will have to get some of those and try those out. That sounds like it's very fun. You got some good art supplies there, lady. Of course, my tile from yesterday is almost finished. I'm going to give it to Tori as a gift for Mother's Day. She came in and saw it and said, this was what I wanted for my tattoo, but I couldn't figure out how to tell him what I wanted. Well, now you know. She liked the pink shading, the pink and red. Yes, the Micron brush pen works well too. Check out Neha Agrawal's, whoops, I lost you. Neha, hang on, I went up to the top. Where? Neha Agrawal's last published tangle on the 8th of May called Neffy. Is that on Tangle Patterns, Lisa? Because I didn't see that, and I looked earlier today. On the 8th? No, I did not see that yet, but I will, and I can absolutely do it if you guys would like. I will go look. Okay. Okay, so the tinted graphite, and that's Derwent, or who is that by? Oh, she released it on IG. That's maybe why. Okay, well, I'll go check with her and see if that's cool with her if we do it. I'll go look for it. I think I follow her, but again, I haven't been on IG in a while, as you guys all know. Sorry. Color Tint by Spectrum, I can't speak, Spectrum Noir. Thank you. Thank you. All right, tinted graphite. That's what I'm looking for. I'm guessing that the graphite in there can make is what makes, do you get that sort of opalescent type of a sheen color-wise with them? I'm guessing. I can see how that would work. Which Sakura color pens are you talking about? Are you talking about the coloring brush pens, or what are we talking about? Fine liners. The fine liners I have are Arteza, and I really like them. I just don't use them very often. But maybe I should. Yes, Allison, question. You have my attention, young lady. Yeah, how do you have earth tones with no greens? Yes, Allison, I am listening. New Zealand has my complete and total attention. Where do you want Amazon to leave your packages? Nancy, I will send you my address. I thought you had my address. Oh, you mean at the house on the front porch? I was going to say, I thought you had my address. She does. She's thinking ahead. We are going to have so much fun, guys. Allison, baby girl, I am listening. I have an answer. It might be I don't know, but I have an answer for you. Type your question, Allison. Oh no. Your great-granddaughter broke her arm at a high fly event yesterday. You're watching today so you can draw later. I understand that. Bless your great-granddaughter's heart. We hope she heals up really quickly. Allison. Allison. After all of that, you said, I forgot. Oh my God, you're just like Mari. How did you know? How do you know he does that? He goes, hey, Cindy, are you listening? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. That's what I get from him constantly. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, Allison is making me laugh. I haven't decided if she's doing that on purpose to laugh or if she really did forget a question. Okay. Why was she trying to fly? Carlito is rocking and rolling today, kids. If you guys who watch the replays of this haven't yet, you should turn on live chat and see what is going on in there while I am drawing. And then you will understand why I get so distracted by them. They have a lot of fun. All right. So this tooth over here is really, really tired. I'm going to be really gentle with it. Okay. This is the Tangle SINDOO. Isn't that pretty? Now, how do you decide which pattern to do? Well, there are a lot of actually there is a lot that goes into that determination. One thing that I have to sorry, hold on. One thing that I have to consider is that yes, Christiana, you're interrupting my convoluted sentence here. Okay, before I explain this, let me tell you what I'm going to do shading wise. And that is, you know how we put these in the wide butt section. Now we're going to put the pencil in the narrow section above it. I'm going to put really dark in the end and then feather it out lighter, lighter, lighter as I come out of there. And when I come here and use my tortillon, I'll have a nice look. Okay, something like this. Yes, Christiana, darling, what up? Oh no, it's okay, Allison remembered. You guys are messing with me today. I like it. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing when I am trying to consider what tangle to draw to have you guys do is how difficult it is as far as can a absolute beginner to Zentangle follow the instructions and come out with something reasonable? That is my very first and most important determination. Is it something that a beginner can replicate fairly easily? Okay. So once that determination is made, then I am looking at, do I want to do something more organic? Do I want to do something radial, focal pointy, or do I want to have a grid pattern today? And it determined by what we have done recently. I try to change it up between grids and organics and radial tangles, which I think we've done quite a few of each kind so far this year. So then the last determination is whether or not I like it personally. And that's something I can't, you know, of course, some tangles are going to appeal to some people a lot more than tangles appeal to others. And that's okay. And so what I try to do is do things that if I don't like them, I can see their potential. And that's, I guess, one of my things that I like to consider is okay, this is a really simple tangle, but what potential do we have to make it interesting? What can we do with it once we get started? So too difficult, nobody talks. What's the matter? Nobody can tell me to shut up. Okay, so chat's doing chat's thing, and I am shading. And I've got some kind of a stray pen mark here. Okay, so the top of this is shaded up here, so we can't see that shading. This is going to be dark. And this will be dark. This will be the top of one of those S's. All right. So lots of graphite in the point. And feather it out lightly as you come out of there. You want to use lots of color down there in the point, but you want to be careful how far out you bring it, because you don't want the graphite to go past the point of this little leaf shape, okay? And once you start blending it out with your tortillon, it's going to spread pretty easily. Okay, Cindy, try Findus. I have. It's been on my list, and I have the sample art already done for Findus. That is Rhea Matheson's, right? Yes, that's Rhea Matheson's newest, I think, tangle. And yeah, I have done it. One of the reasons that we haven't done Findus yet is that and my sample art is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. That is a shading wonderland for people that enjoy shading. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we may pull it out in the next day or two, since we've got, you know, of the official project, we've only got 2 days left. Oh my God, 2 days left. Well, we're gonna have to figure it out, guys. But you know what? Maybe not the day after it's over, but the day after that, maybe we could have a new video and a new project and something fun to do. I still want to do a project list for you on, or a list for you on what we'll need for the flex tangle thing, which I really think you guys are going to enjoy, and we can probably do that in about a week and a half. And the longest part of that is going to be the tangling. You just need some sort of cheap cardstock that bends and folds easily, but that still has a little bit of stiffness in it, and some double-sided tape and some scissors, and your tangling stuff is what you'll need for that. Or if you don't have the double-sided tape, you can use glue, but I'm here to tell you today that that is not easy at all. So the double-sided tape might be your friend on that. Yeah, copy machine. Susan says she made one and copy machine paper is too thin. The premium copy paper might work, but you really need flimsy cardstock for that. And I'll show you what I've got. I want to say it's on my favorite art supplies list on my Amazon store in there. I really need to organize that better. But it's but any flimsy cardstock, and I'll look on mine and see what the weight is on it, but it's not real weighty. In fact, it's what I made this out of, this top out of. Okay, a manila folder, that might work. Are you talking about the really stiff kind that you put files in, or are you talking about the brown kind yes, origami paper, too thin? I'll show you what I've got. I think I can grab it and get back under the camera. I'll show you what I've got. Okay, did I get all my spots here? Already you can see how beautiful the shading is going to make this. It adds a sort of an elegance to it that I really like. Hello, Miss Lori. How you doing in Massachusetts? File folder would be too stiff to fold, I think, too. If it's one of those manila folders that you like send people interoffice memos on, or you know what I'm talking about, one of those folders or those envelopes that you send business stuff in, then that might work. Bristol would not be my favorite choice. Wait, did you get the if you Betsy says she ordered a sampler pack from Zentangle and they only sent her white. Are you sure that you ordered the ones with the multicolors? If you just get in touch with them and let them know you had a problem, they will send you the other one and you'll still get to keep what you got. So, hee-hoo. Okay. Well, she may have submitted it to Tangle Patterns and Linda just hasn't gotten to it yet. But if I can get the pattern creators permission, then we will look at that. Okay, I will go look at it when we get done here today. All right, for tortillon or a paper stump, and this is my favorite kind to use that I just found in my pencil box. Yay! It's a long, thin paper stump like this, right? And so you're able to really get into the small areas. So, okay, so when you're blending this out, this is just like the water-based marker. You want to start out at the edge where you want it lightest and go in those small little circles. And then work your way back down where it's dark. Okay? So just gently at the edge, because you don't want to pull all this graphite forward. You want to leave it down here in the corner where it's dark. You just want a nice blend so that you don't have any sharp edges. Yeah, like this. Did you guys get Carlito in the Facebook group? Did you manage to harass her to the point where she joined? Oops, I forgot some, didn't I? I was afraid that Findus might cause beginners some issues. I didn't find it particularly difficult to draw, but then I've got a lot of experience, and I didn't know how people would do with it beginner-wise, which is why I sort of backburned it in lieu of something else that would be easier. But it's definitely on my list, and I can pull it out again and see what kind of fun we could have with that. That's sort of like this. The sixth, Jane's got a tongue twister for Mari, so let me see if I can say it here. All right. Okay. The sixth, the sixth sick sheep's sixth sick sheep's sick. Holy cow, that is difficult. Woo! Nancy Pierce, you're saying my name in all caps. What up, baby girl? Hiya. I like her so much. She's got that same quirky sense of humor that I have. It's like, yes. All right. Oh, I love doing shading like this. Really subtle, delicate shading. Remember, if you're having trouble with streaks at the top, make those little circles with your tortillon. Almost clean tortillon in circles right at the outer edge. It's going to give you that nice smooth blend. Okay. And if you're using Renaissance paper, be gentle. Don't scrub hard. Because we still could put chalk pencil or all kinds of other things on here. Or charcoal, that's what I meant. Or you could use chalk on here, I suppose. Chalk pastels. That might be interesting. What? Yes, Zoom meeting tomorrow. Thank you so much for reminding me. I will have the link up there today. A reminder for those of you who missed it last time, you can find the link to join the Zoom class on the community tab. Okay, there is usually a passcode as well that you need to either write down or copy and paste or whatever that you'll need to get into the meeting. But then it's just come and hang out. You can show your face or not show your face, or if you want to point your camera on your art that you're working on, that's cool too. Last time we just sort of got to know each other and shared our art and what projects we were working on. And I thought that was great. I feel like I got to know faces and names so much better. And I just think that's wonderful. We had a lovely time last time. And yes, so 1 hour before and 1 hour after, not an hour after, but right after the live stream tomorrow, we will have Zoom. And remember, if you're coming to the late Zoom meeting, I won't have the link for that up until after the live stream is over. Because I don't know when to start, when to tell it we're going to start, right? Or I suppose I could just schedule it for 4 o'clock, maybe. How would that be? 4 o'clock? Have the first one at 2? No, not 2. The first one at 3. First one at 1, and the other, for me, 1 o'clock, and the other one at 4 o'clock after we get done with the live stream. So that'd give us 2 hours on the live stream, and then for me, it'll probably be right after. It's right about the time my kiddo gets home from school. I'm so glad he's back in school. Ugh. School from home sucked for us. He is so much happier at school, whether he wants to admit it or not. He tried to convince me he was still sick. Like I didn't know that was going to come. He was fine. He ate like a horse yesterday, so he was fine. But my stomach hurts today. Something tells me when you get to school, it won't hurt anymore. Oops, that's too liney right there. There. Now, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, yes, I see my name in great big letters. What up? Who's yelling? Oops. Whoa, I missed a bunch of chats. Sorry. My chat didn't go down. Yes, what up? Everybody remember to hit the like button. Yes. Cindy. Cindy, Angela. Yes. I'm trying to find the question. Getting hoarse. Angela, what is up, girlfriend? You can use the same Zoom link. Oh, you mean from the last time? Or from the time before the other one? We can? That's news to me. That's cool. I'll do that then. Okay, so we can have the same one for earlier and the same one for later. All right, cool. All right, well that will help. Okay, so I am going to let this ink keep drying for a minute, and I'm going to look at my outer edges. We've got enough time to do something in addition. So do I want to do orbs? I'm kind of considering orbs along the edge. What do you guys think? Orbs or no orbs? Orbs or aura, or orbs then aura? Okay. Angela knows these things. All right. Orbs. We're going for orbs today, guys. So I'm getting my pen back out. And I'm going to start at one side and let's see what... Carlito just said, between all of us, we possibly know everything. You're right, we possibly do. Well, that was a sad little orb starter. Let's make some prettier ones. Carlito apparently knows 0.1% of something. Or nothing, maybe. It's going to be all right. You know what I found out about the world is if you don't know something, somebody else will know it. It's very reassuring. Now, knowing who else knows it, that's something else. Oh, Cindy, that wasn't very pretty. This actually looks great with the orbs. Thank you, Angela. One of these days, I'm going to let Angela be in charge, and I'm just going to draw. So, question, how many of you guys pay attention to things like Facebook Live? Do you do stuff on Facebook Live? Or do you get most of your live stuff from here and Instagram? Oh, Kimberly, what's wrong, honey? Three days a week, Facebook Live, she says. You hate you hate Facebook and you joined for me? Well, I joined for you, so now we're all on the same page. I need the pandemic to end too, sweet girl. I am just all pandemic'd out. And the more people I hear spreading lies about getting vaccinated, the more irritated I get with people. I mean, honestly, where did they get this stuff? There have been thousands of deaths due to vaccines. That is just the stupidest thing ever. That is absolutely not the truth, by the way, but is a lie that is being perpetrated. And it just disturbs me that people think they can say whatever and that it's fine for people to believe them. I think there should be a responsibility when you have a public voice to give out correct information. Just, I understand the hesitancy, and I was hesitant too. I have to say, I have not had any, other than the sore arm, I had zero symptoms. I might have had a slight headache, but I mean, literally, I look back on it and all the worry about that, and there was nothing. There was nothing. Debbie, yes, but yes, Debbie, you're right. It was on the CDC's VAERS site. However, what I have learned about that is that that site is basically a tip line for people with COVID problems. And none of those deaths that they were reported on have actually had a verified link to the vaccine. And so, so they, they can, I understand that it was on there, but I think people took the information there and made something out of it that it wasn't. It was there for the CDC to monitor people's reactions to the vaccines in case there were problems. And from what I have read, then they have gone back and looked at each one of those. And yeah. So please get vaccinated if you're not. Do it for you, do it for your family, do it for your friends, do it for the people that are around you in public. Just do it so we can be done with this freaking thing. Okay, I'm done. It's all my preaching for today, yada yada. All right, now Ara. What do you think? Ara, yes? This is awfully pretty the way it is. Well, somebody said preach it, Cindy. I want people with a public voice to be responsible for the things that come out of their mouths. We are not abusing our children if they wear masks around other people. Just makes me smile to hear that. It's child abuse. It's not child abuse to keep your child safe. I mean, anybody that understands science knows, number one, that nothing's 100%, except apparently the vaccine in children. And science is science. It's not going to change depending on whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. And the fact that people are trying to make the vaccine into a political stand thing is just irritates me. Give it up. Get your vaccine so we can get on with our lives. People, please. Okay, now I'm getting political and I need to not. But I really don't care what party you're affiliated with. If you're telling people not to get vaccinated because the vaccines are killing you, people, you're lying, so you need to stop that. All right. Well, that's an interesting aura, but I like it. Okay. Oh, you graduated the size, gradated the size of your orbs using the tip. Oh, starting halfway. Oh, nice. I can't wait to see. No, it doesn't stop the transmission, Debbie, but the more people that are vaccinated stops the transmission. And Eve Marie, you're absolutely correct. If they had won the election, we wouldn't be hearing all this crap. All right, now for more embellishing. I need some embellishing. Where is my metallic silver jelly roll? That's what I want. Christiana, is it not available to you where you live? The vaccine? She's saying she cannot get one. All right, so I'm starting with my regular jelly roll. And I think, now on this example, I tried just putting little dots of jelly roll down. And you can tell my ink wasn't dry, so I didn't get good coverage there. But I tried the little dots. I liked that. Then it's also occurring to me, and I don't know how this will turn out, so please don't do it until I figure it out. Yes. Maybe a dot. So I'll tell you, my jelly roll is not sitting on top very well, which means that I'm going to have to either go over it or... That's too bad. I really wanted that to be white. Let's just keep going and see what happens. I can always... My other option is to go with my metallic silver jelly roll. And that will be a better... because that flows easier, which is stupid because it's the same size nib as this. But it's just graying out because it's soaking into the paper. And the more I rub over that spot, the harder it's going to be to use. So I'm just going to let that dry. So be careful. Don't scrub hard if you're working on top of an ink pool. You want to go over the top, not scrub down into the tooth. So that's not my favorite thing, clearly. All right. So I'm going to switch to my silver. Not happy with the way that's looking, although what I probably will do and then I can bring my pencil in and sort of orb those up, as I say. Just put a little color on one side. That's gonna make them really orby. I really need my own dictionary, don't I? My own SINDOO lexicon. There's lots of isms and ishes in there. Now, of course, if you're working on white, this isn't going to be anything that's going to help you. All right. I would say now we know why people in China are constantly wearing masks. is really difficult to keep everybody healthy when you've got a lot of people in a small area or even a large area. It's a lot of people. And even as spread out as we are in the US, it covered us like wildfire. Yeah, not my favorite thing. Now, I have a couple of options here. I can ink over this and think of something else, which is definitely an option. I can go over this with metallic silver jelly roll, which should work. I really love this pattern. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. So let's try the silver. If that doesn't work, we'll cover it in black. All right, so I've got my silver out. I'm going to put a dot here. Yeah, that's not flowing very well. Okay. Yeah. It's not my favorite thing, but I'm going to go with it. Remember to try to keep your jelly roll on top of the ink. You don't want to push down. You want it to flow out and cover the top. And if it's not covering good, then let it dry and then go over it. Yes, Lorianne, ma'am. Resist gel pen first. If I had one of those, that is a great idea, Lorianne. If you have one of those transparent jelly glaze pens from Sakura, those 3-dimensional ones, then you can use those to put this down first and then go over it with your jelly roll. And that actually works extremely well. Good idea, Lorianne. Good idea. Good job. The Resist gel pen, Kimberly, is the glaze pen by Sakura. It's the clear glaze pen by Sakura. It's the same people that make the jelly rolls. So it's basically like a jelly roll, only it's called 3-dimensional ink. There is a package on my Amazon store. If you guys want to go find a link for that, then you can get one. I knew people were going to want to know about that, so I put that on my Amazon store for you. Yes, they do come in colors as well. Those glaze pens, if you like to do art on other surfaces like glass, for example, those glaze pens work great on glass. And then they are dishwasher safe. So you can decorate glassware with those and wash your plates and stuff with them. And those are great pens to use. So give those a try if you're interested. I had a whole big set and played with those a lot back in the beginning, but never really used them a lot. I never thought of the resist quality on those. So I have another set in my basket, but I don't have any that work. I got my old one out, and those are pens that get old. So, you know, don't buy extras. Just buy them as you need them. Well, it's getting to be time. I hear school buses. Well, somebody's in a hurry out there. Now, if you are struggling with your jelly roll going on over again, you can go over this with a hairdryer, or you can give it several minutes to dry, like let it sit for an hour or two and come back to it, and then you shouldn't have any trouble. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Tell how to find that page with your Amazon link. Okay. Yep. Can do. Hang on. Good job. Thank you, Nancy. I will do that. Let me just help you out here. Let her yell. It makes her feel good. I saw that you left me a message on IG, Angela. I will go check for it. Christiana, now you're just being ornery. All right. Amazon. Yes, Allison, what was your actual question? .com /shop /the tireless tangler. And you have to have the in there. Well, know that this is all one word. Okay? So amazon.com / my new and old pens apart. That is a great question. I'm just going to leave this right here for now. I'll be coming back to this again. How I know my old pens, well, have you ever seen me get that 01 that has the blue tape on it? I put tape around the edges, and that tells me that a pen is starting to run out of ink. Don't ever throw your old microns away, because the old ones are good for this stuff. And if you have an old pen that's not working very well, then you get a nice light. Is this the one that doesn't work? Yeah. You can get a much more subtle shading from a pen that is going out of ink if you're doing these little hatch lines like this. See what I mean? So that's why you don't throw your pens away. The old ones are great for making these little hatched lines, if that's something that you like to do. If you don't, then, you know, if you want to throw them away, then it'll make me cry if you do, but okay. But yeah, you can, another tip for this is you can put a dab of fingernail polish on the end, and that will let you know Yes, the scritchy ones, you would just have a scritchy dot on the end and you'll know that it's running out of ink. That's a really good way to do that. All right, so the only other thing that I can do with this, that I can think to do with this, is put a little white charcoal somewhere. And what if we put some on this arid area here? How would that look? Too much, or would it look good? Now that it's too late. Let me be your guinea pig, guys. Let me be. I might bring some shading in here in the corner, in this area, like this. Scritchy, that is my word. You're right, scritchy. Because that's the perfect word to describe how those sound, isn't it? And then just shade on one side. Do that. What do you think? Good or too much? Uh-oh, what? You like it? Okay, cool. All right. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. So I have a couple more minutes before the kids gets home, so I'm going to just stroke on some of that while I'm sitting here with you, if you guys want to hang out. I'm not either. We're still here, Marcia. Don't be upset. We're cool. Yeah, a bunch of people are having storms today. Looks like the tired tangler. Boy, you have no idea, honey. I am the tired tangler right now. I could sleep for a week. But I don't want to go that long. I'm afraid I'll never come back. So we have to have a day 101 and a day 102 and a day 103. And they may not be on consecutive days, but we're going to fit them all in. Okay. Now remember, if you run this over your ink lines, you're going to have to re-ink those. So try to keep them away from your ink lines. Have I told you, Zenders, how much I think you're awesome? Because you are. It's not because I really feel like I have a group of people that think like me, which is, although it's scary to think that, it's nice to have a group of people that you just get, you know, that you understand on a real level, that you just get them. And I think we have that in this group. You just get each other. I just love that. We had sun this morning and thunder and lightning and torrential rain this afternoon. Scotland. Wait, are you in Ireland or Scotland? I can't remember. Scotland. Well, tell him that you are having Cindy time, Carlito, and we don't want any interruptions. We take our Cindy time very seriously. And we just don't need any interruptions. Luke, the force is with you. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Carlito's fella is named Luke. That's why. See how well I know you guys? I really do know you. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Yes, you have to tell me, Marcia. Were you? Oh, I'm so glad. She says yesterday was the first time she was proud of her poser yesterday. For the first time, her tile wasn't wonky. Good for you, girlfriend. I am proud of you. That's awesome. All right. A little bit of shading to one side of these. Whoops, that's the wrong side. Oh, well. What the well? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That will forever be my favorite tangling cuss word. Poor Jody. I'm sure that is not the way she meant it. But she is the queen of cleverness. And of cool patterns, I gotta say. I don't know how people that come up with patterns constantly, like Sarah and her, do that, but yeah. Works for me, and I have something to draw. All right, I have no idea what I've done here, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Which side? Stomach says it's time to eat. Which is lucky, because Mari comes home hungry every day. He's such a boy. But I like that about him. I mean, I think the only thing worse than having a boy as a teenager would be having a girl. So, yikes. Talking about a lot of drama. I have plenty of drama with the boy. I'd be all right without that with the girl. At least Mari has stopped asking me to go adopt another kid. Jeez. He wants a brother or sister, and I totally get that, but I'm old, dude. I can barely take care of you. What am I going to do with another child? I mean, if I believed in slave labor, that'd be one thing, but I don't. Trust me, there won't be any slaving going on with him. That has to be the laziest child I've ever known. All right. Now. Do you have a girl, Christiana? Your girl twin was easier than the boy? That's good to know. Well, as far as the English language goes, Americans definitely have their own take. I would love to say that we've destroyed it, but I have to say that Americans are very creative when it comes to language, and I find that beautiful. I find it beautiful. So, you know, I suppose it depends on your point of view on it. I love the way Americans are colorful and descriptive with things. And, you know, we definitely have our own way of expressing ourselves. So it's interesting. Teenage girls do have drama. All right. So this is going to have to dry for a couple of hours, I think, before I can put any more of this metallic on here. But I have to say, I love how it turned out. I'm not a big fan of this. I'd have been much happier if my jelly roll had worked. But, you know, I can live with it. It's okay. And if I really, really, really hate it, I can just ink over it all, right? Very carefully, because the tooth of the paper is really damaged in here. But yeah, if that's what I want to do, I can. And overall, I really love this pattern. Isn't this a gorgeous pattern? No matter what color you do it on, no matter, you know, what, it just looks great. So I love it. All right, let me go back to chat, see what the kids are up to over here. Especially us Southern girls. Oh, God. Yes. It's probably why American English is such a difficult language to learn. Absolutely right. I agree with that. Well, that's true. Carla Jo says, like the Romans, we Americans adopt whatever we like as ours. It's not exactly a great trait, but it's true. Definitely true. The English are creative with language, I think, but they definitely do it their own way, and I think that's cool. All right. Very pretty. Thank you, Marty. Hi, Marty. Hi, Blue Daisy. And Gael. Bonne nuit. And I hope you sleep well. And let's see. All right. Yeah. 4 girls, a lot of arguing. Oh, my goodness. Yes. All right. Mwah. To all of my people in France, good night. Bonne nuit. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day, oh my gosh. What was today? 98? Is today 98? Or 97? Is it 97? I don't even have it on the back. Somebody tell me which day is this. What did I put on the thumbnail? That'll be right. Hasta mañana, Charo. 97. So tomorrow is day 98. So we only have 3 more days, guys. 98, 99, 100. 3 more days. We're going to have fun. Let me go look for Nelphi or Nelphi and see what that looks like, and we'll just see what comes up. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Tschüssi. Bis dann.